Finiamo la mattinata, ci sembrava giusto, anche perché siamo in fase di anche noi analisi e verifica per quanto riguarda l'implementazione fatta ad Anversa, e quindi ci sembra, stamani mattina abbiamo chiesto al nostro partner, al nostro direttore generale per quanto riguarda la parte internazionale Leghorn, Alex Leclerc, di essere presente qua per evidenziarci alcune caratteristiche, un po' di peculiarità applicate nel progetto di Anversa, dal quale magari cogliere qualche spunto e qualche idea per poi implementarle qui da noi in Italia. Passo la parola ad Alex Leclerc. Grazie.
Good morning, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I'm from Antwerp, Belgium, so unfortunately I have to speak to you in English, but I'm sure you will understand everything. If not, you can always ask. It's also a pleasure to be invited by Spezia for telling you a bit more about the installation that we performed at the Janus Gate, as well as the use of RFID seals at the terminal of DP World Belgium, which is one of the leading terminals in North Antwerp, in North Europe, excuse me. First, I'm going to show you 4 pictures, which reflect daily problems which occur to terminals worldwide. Of course, the first picture you've already noticed in the previous presentation of Sandro. It's the long queuing, and this particularly is the queuing for the inspection lanes at the terminal of DP World, before the installation of RFID. As you can see on the right picture, all the trucks which are queuing, why are they queuing? Because they have the containers, especially the seals of the containers, have to be checked handheld by a checker. This is a checker. This is not a picture at DP World, but I'm sure you will recognize a checker. What is a particular thing in Antwerp, the checker needs to check the seal number with on the paper. This takes a lot of time. From the seal checker, I go to some statistics, which also you can have an idea. Statistics were pure on the labor costs. You saw the labor cost. One more. Yes. Labor costs, these are just statistics. Labor costs go up everywhere, and especially in Belgium, we have a big problem. Also for the checker, to give you just an idea, a checker at a terminal of DP costs the terminal around 5,000–6,000 euro per month. There's another big problem, and this is the registering of wrong seal numbers by the checker at the inspection lane. That slide is not very clear, but this was the seal number on top is a different number as which is written onto the report when there was something wrong with the container. There has been a study by the French customs that there is a 20% error margin in registering the seal numbers by a checker. 20% is a lot of, is a very high percentage. Normally, nobody will notice this until something goes wrong with the tracking of the container. And this is one of the issues. Of course, a checker is a human person, and he has to be very fast with the handheld to insert the seal number into the handheld. But he doesn't look, he doesn't check if the seal number is correct. Another big problem, and I put especially China production, because of course with Leghorn this is not done. But there is a very big issue also of copying seals. I'm sure you will recognize the logo. This is DHL. These are 2 seals with the same seal number coming from the same producer in China, with an interval of 1 week. So if a company like DHL, they order seals with their logo, with their numbering, it's very easy for another company to order just the same seals with the same number, and then you can have a tampering of the containers that will nobody can find out why. We resolved some of these issues. Everyone thinks that the project that we concluded at DP World, that it was concluded in 1 year. No, we started exactly 6 years ago. So it's not, it has been a project of a very long breath. And this is just to give you an idea how everything started. In 2006, we participated with Leghorn at the Intermol Expo in Hamburg. And there we were visited by a delegation of Port of Singapore authorities in Belgium. This was Mr. Hubert van Nijhoven, and they demanded a solution for the automatization of the gates at their terminal. At that moment, we were not talking about RFID, because RFID was not really in mind of people. But what we did, they worked with OCR cameras at their gates. And then we had some meetings, some thinking, some brainstorming, of course with Project. And we thought, why not give them a presentation of a new bolt seal on which we would print data matrix. Data matrix are the signs for 2D, they also call it 2D. We can print it on the bolt seal, and then the cameras, the OCR cameras, could check or could read the seal number. We presented this in 2007 at our headquarters in Antwerp to PSA, and they were very satisfied with the solution. As a result, they also asked us to present this at the OPIC members in 2007 in Salerno. There were present HHLA, Eurogate, Township of course, Hutchinson, ECT Rotterdam, DP World and PSA. There we just made the same presentation of the data matrix bolt seal, and also we introduced already RFID on our previous version of the bolt seal, the steady seal. Then 3 years, nothing happened. Because at the presentation of OPIC, everyone was convinced that it was a good solution, but they all terminals looked at each other and who was going to start with the solution and who is going to take the risk. 2010, we were finally asked by DP World Belgium, by Mr. Rachid Barrault, who was also present in Salerno. And there they asked us a concrete demand. Of course, they were looking for a solution with electronic seals, e-seals, for fast lane application and the integration on their terminal operating system. Now, they also want an e-seal to work under any kind of condition. Any kind of condition, I mean especially environmental conditions. And this is where we stepped off the solution of data matrix, because data matrix you need a camera, and the cameras are also outside. So when there is dust or snow on the camera in winter, they cannot read the data matrix. Of course, they want to save on labor costs, integration with the normal OCR system, and a very fast return on investment. The previous last point, the e-seal pricing, this was very determined by DP World because they wanted that the maritime community, shippers, transporters, that they all would be interested, and we needed to get to keep a price below €1 per seal. As a result, of course, like Aspezia, to become an innovative terminal. Between 2010 and 2012, there were various meetings between Leghorn Perfra, DP World, Leghorn, evaluation of their needs, the questions, and we also had several meetings with the shipping industry, like transport organizations, insurance company, lawyers, all to evaluate how the implementation of e-seals would be done in the Port of Antwerp. Afterwards, we had several internal evaluations with research and development, especially by Project. And then we decided to develop the whole new RFID Neptune seal, of course, which Alessandro already showed. We Again in 2012, we presented the Neptune seal, with already the logo of DP World, to DP, with the UHF passive RFID, and which would be readable by antennas at 8 meters, with the target price, or just less than €1 per seal completed. And very important, a high production capacity guaranteed if everyone is going to start DP seals. DP was convinced, but first, and this was very important, they needed to have a proof of concept delivery. Of course, does the system work? Because they don't buy the seal and the system just because we have beautiful eyes. They want to see if the system works on their side, on the tunnel. Now, first of all, they wanted to work with their own system integrator to make up the antennas, and Lechorn was only going to produce the RFID seals. Now, this company, their system integrator, I'm not going to give them the name, they tried several tests, but they weren't competent to make a good test with reader and antenna. They lost a lot of time, and DP World absolutely wanted to start at the end of December, so that's why we decided at one moment we are going to deliver our own proof of concept, and we are going to develop our own EPR station, antenna reader, and we developed it thanks to a project and thanks to Mr. Alessio Roffi. We developed a whole new station in only 2 months. Antenna reader and also an integrated software and firmware. And what we didn't know at that time, but afterwards we heard it from DP at a much lower price than the normal system integrator. So what were the demands from DP for proof of concept? They want a reader antenna at, in total, 5 lanes. 2 lanes at the truck-in, and 3 lanes at the inspection lanes or the fast lanes. Lanes 7, 8, and 9. So they have in total 9 lanes. The first 2 lanes are still used by a normal manual checker. And the future, meaning this year or next year, they want all the other lanes by RFID. But now to start, only the 3 lanes, 7, 8, 9s. You see, they already installed crash walls on the antenna, which you will see afterwards, because they were a bit afraid, and we of course also, that the truck would hit or collide with the antenna. A faultless integration, of course, on the terminal operating system of DP World, and they wanted a successful rate of minimum 98% of the registering of the e-seals. From May to June, we did study terminal of DP World, and like you will see on the next page, we made several propositions how we were going to, where we were going to put the EPR models with photovoltaic eyes. This we showed to DP during several meetings. And finally, in July 2012, last year, we were a team of 5 persons from Italy, Belgium, and Project, and we did the POC at the truck-in entrance, which are 2-lane testing all possible scenarios, meaning 1 container, 2 containers, 2 simultaneously containers, and also putting the e-seal on various locations of the container. Not only 1, but 2. Like you see, you can also read 2 e-seals at the same time. And we can even make an update on the system that 4 e-seals could be read if it was necessary. We had the test 100%, not 1 fault margin. This is one of the pictures at the test that this is a truck-in with the EPR station without the cover. These are 2 persons from Italy, from the project performing the tests. In August 2012, we finally got the order confirmation for 5 stations, meaning 2 gates at the truck-in and 3 inspection lanes, with a deadline of installation at mid-December 2012. Why? Because they were planning to have a new truck appointment system, which would go live in December, and they would have liked that the eSeals would be launched together with the truck appointment system. From September until December, we made in production 5 EPR stations, developed a special firmware for filtering multi-lanes, and a special software. Also the interface to put the whole system on the integration of the TOS of DP World. Now, the special firmware is very important, and this is where Lechor and Progitech made a difference with their normal system integrator of DP World. The system, it's not like you go to a shop and you take an antenna, or you take an RFID reader and everything. No, the whole system is very complex. And this firmware, this made a difference. Because I don't know about Aspetia, but the problem with DP World is that you need to cover multi-lanes. So there is possibility that you have 3 containers arriving at the same moment at 3 lanes. And we had to make a filter so that one lane is not covered by another lane antenna. It's very important because otherwise there would be a conflict in the system. In December, and you can read it, from the 8th till December up until the 10th, it's only 3 days, we put the whole installation, only 3 days. Integration as well, and 1 day and a half of testing in real situation. So the terminal was open, and we tested it with eSeals. The whole operation goes faultless, still till today, thank you, and we have a very satisfied customer DP World. These are some pictures of the installation taken during the weekend. Of course, they closed the terminal because it was too dangerous, because there were too many people installed. Installation at the terminal, at the inspection lanes, and at the tracking. What are the results for DP World Belgium now? Excuse me. They successfully introduced the eSeals together with the truck appointment system. Of course, in order to optimize the truck flow, but also the OCR, because the OCR cameras are now coupled to the VAPR stations. So, as a result, trucks transporting containers with an eSeal, they don't have to stop anymore at the inspection lanes for a physical inspection, but they can drive directly to the truck interchange zone, via fast lanes. Of course, no more errors in entering the seal number, and no more queuing through the fast lanes. Just some specific features. You already saw a lot of pictures of the EPR station. Very important is the housing. The housing protection has to be IP65. Why? Because it's outdoors and it has to resist to all environmental conditions, snow, very cold weather, very warm weather. You also have the photocell sensors. Perhaps you didn't see this already, but these are very important. Why? Because this is also a part of the filtering. If you have 3 trucks coming in with containers, one lane is only activated if one truck passes through the photocell sensor. Otherwise, all 3 lanes will always be active, even if only one container passes, and this has a positive effect on the filtering of multiple eSeals. The EPR station itself, some general specifications. I'm not going to give too much specifications. Identifying, of course, individual lanes. It's an all-in-one system, specially developed software for interface with terminals. What is very important for us to commercialize the whole system is it's a very quick and easy setup. It's compatible with all systems worldwide. It has not been developed especially for DP World Belgium, but it's a system which can be implemented in whatever terminal, Europe, North Europe, South America, in a click. It's a very easy setup. Of course, it has the advanced detection algorithm and lane detection, so for the filtering of multiple lanes. a fault tolerance management system. This was also asked for by DP, so they can always continue service operations if something would go wrong. Now we still work at DP with a server, our own server, but we are now working on virtual server, so you can never have a crash problem. Also a setting, and this is something that we put the last 2 weeks, a special filter to avoid reading other RFID tags. Why? Because we saw that there are containers coming in with sometimes active RFID tags on the chassis, not in seal, but a normal tag, RFID tag, and they were also registered by the antenna. So that's why we put a special filter that the antenna only could read seals and no normal ID tags. Yes. Then, of course, the protection IP65 or web. This is just an idea what DP can see when they log in on the system. This is a real view. The first two, ESKL1 and ESKL2, are the check-in. And if you see, there is just a container passed, it's connected, and it gives the number of the seal and also the counts. The counts is how many times is the seal read by the antenna. Of course, the other ones are read because they are passed. On the RFID MQ seal, you heard already a lot of things. Also the anti-tamper version. What was specific for the testing at DP was that at any kind of position of the container, it had to be tested. Now, to conclude, I'm going to give you some, because the whole shipping community, marine community in Belgium and also in the Netherlands, they are looking at this. What are the commercial and economical pros, not only for the terminals, but also for shippers? Of course, for the terminals, I think this is very clear. Save on labor costs, of course. No more physical inspection intervention. Innovative terminal. Fast access, saving fast access and fast lanes saves time for all parties involved. Fast and easy setup. Very accessible price setting. Fast return on investment. Also, Alessandro spoke already about this. But just to give you an idea of a checker in Belgium, let's say on a yearly basis, it will come around, for the company cost will be around 50,000. For 50,000, we installed 5 EPR stations with full integration, full everything for DP World, only for a price of 8 months of this checker. So it's a very fast return on investment. Very important, this is future music. It can become a certification system for authorized economical operators for customs. Of course, everyone knows customs. I don't hope that someone from customs is here. But in Belgium, customs, they work very slowly. It's very difficult for a terminal to have some automized protocol with customs. But this is future music, and it also it's very easy to develop. That's an easier when it's read, that it's automatically put on the CMR, and in fact, customs would not be needed anymore. This is future music. Then you have the shippers. The shippers, of course, are one of the most important parties to use e-seals. For them, the price was very important, that we kept them just below €1. Normal errors in entering seal numbers, so a person at a shipper in the warehouse, he puts the normal bolt seal, there's no possibility that he writes down the wrong number. The proof of tampering with e-seals is very important now for them with the anti-tamper seal. The normal RFID MQ seal, which is used by DP, has not the anti-tamper version. But this one, like Vola Spezia, all the shippers are more interested in the anti-tamper version. Why? Because not only that they can use this for entering the container terminal at DP, but for them it's very easy to work with this on a risk-flow trajectory, for instance between Antwerp and Russia, where there are a lot of thefts. They can read with a handheld reader the seal when it leaves the factory, and they have the same handheld reader at the destination in Russia, and they can immediately check if the status of the seal is okay or tampered. This for them is very important. The There is, of course, also the possibility to write additional logistic information on the tank of the seal, because the tank is a read-write tank. So it is possible for a shipper, just by using a handheld, to write more information like the content, the date of loading, the ship, whatever. This is also for them very important. On the other side, they also have a better contract negotiation with transport companies. Why? Because normally a transport company, like you see in the picture on the bottom, sometimes they lose 2 hours just to deposit one container at the terminal. Now it can be done in 50 minutes. So for them, they can have better contract negotiation because the transport companies lose a lot of time. And of course, the system for customs once more. The last are the transport companies. Transport companies, they are the most difficult party in the whole process to convince the use of e-seals, because they, due to the economical crisis, which apparently is still going on, they have problems even for paying a few cents more for an e-seal. Now for them, they can save a lot of time, because they use the fast lanes. Now in Belgium, at the terminals, you have to announce 1 day before a time slot that you come tomorrow with a container and you have to be there between, for instance, 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If they use an e-seal, they don't have to make an appointment. They can come the whole day just by using the fast lanes. So they can arrange their planning much better and save a lot of time. Also, no more errors in entering the seal number. Same thing, because the tracker, if he doesn't have an e-seal, he has to go out of the track and enter the seal at a special monitor in the building of DP. He can also make mistakes, accessible price setting, and create an added value for their customers. Because a transport company, he can think with the shipper and he can build up a better commercial relation if they would buy an e-seal. And the last thing is also, the last element is also very important. They can even bring in containers during wheel breaks, shift transitions, because normally the terminal is closed then, or night shifts, meaning DP is going to plan an operation that I think from the end of this year, also at night, the containers can be brought in by the truckers if they carry an e-seal. And in the future, we're also talking about placing antennas in the key crates, so we can even scan or register the seal when it's loaded onto the dock. Conclusion? RFID gates for terminal operators worldwide is a proven solution. Low cost investment, fast return on investment, this is very clear. This in combination with the use of e-seals, it will enhance immediately, of course, economical and commercial activities of the terminal versus all parties. Interesting is the quote from Mr. Rachid Labo, who is the Director of Operations at DP. He says that RFID seals is probably the ultimate solution of many discussions regarding seal checking and enhancing terminal operations. But it will become only effective if all terminal operators join hands by introducing this technology as soon as possible. Meaning, how more terminals are using RFID technology, then you can make a real geofence terminal operations. To finish, just a simple question, how can you win 1 hour by spending less than €1? Same picture, but there's an arrow. This truck has an e-seal. So he pays less than €1 and he saves more than 1 hour if you see the other trucks. This is how RFID should be, and we hope that it will become much more used in the future. I thank you all for your attention. And also would like to thank Mr. Luciano Grapsa, CEO of Leghorn, and all the staff of Leghorn for their innovative thoughts during the whole years. Their investment in solutions which are very difficult sometimes. And also Mr. Resiorov, a person probably who hasn't slept the last 3 years and who was always there if you posed him difficult questions and very fast answers. And I would like to thank Speaker once more. Thank you.
Allora, ringraziamo Alex Leclerc, ci ha portato la sua esperienza. Concludiamo questa giornata per noi molto importante segnalandovi due cose. La prima, dalla presentazione di Alex avrete capito che il sigillo utilizzato ad Anversa non è la versione RFID anti-tamper, che ad oggi non è ancora stata messa in commercio. Nelle cartelline vostre trovate un invito per il prossimo talk che si svolgerà a Rotterdam dal 25 al 27 giugno prossimo, al quale noi partecipiamo e presenteremo in prima mondiale il nostro sigillo RFID anti-tamper, portando come esperienza il successo avuto e la collaborazione avuta dalla Spezia Container Terminal, quindi i video, le foto, la collaborazione, tutto quello che è stato realizzato grazie al contributo importante di La Spezia sarà il materiale che l'Egon porterà al talk. Avete tra l'altro un invito per l'ingresso, chiunque fosse interessato a venire al talk e ci verrà a trovare, sarà un immenso piacere avervi con noi. Al piano di sotto, vista l'ora, abbiamo organizzato un piccolo buffet per tutti coloro che vorranno rimanere con noi in altri quarto d'ora, 20 minuti, mezz'ora, e concludiamo le operazioni della giornata. Grazie veramente a tutti, buona giornata a tutti.